He's like, nah, fuck you, Malik, you're so boring. Fuck yeah, yeah, I'll show you my ass. Fuck it.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, fuck you. Yeah,
You too. Yo, what the fuck up, Crazy Nation? It's your boy SB repping that crazy. You know what it is. We're back again with another episode of the Crazy Discussions. I'm with the homie.
what's good?
Who are you?
My name is KingxMaliq.
What do you do?
I am rapper, producer, engineer, all the above.
Fucking oath. Alright, man. We'll just get this shit started, eh?
Let's do it, man.
Right, if y'all don't know, me and KingxMaliq, we go back way back. Like I've known this guy since what, high school?
High school, yeah.
Fucking crazy, bro. It's gonna be fun to actually, like, me and him always talk about what we're probably gonna talk about now. So it's gonna be fun where we're gonna go with this shit. Like what's your story? What's your beginnings like into like being an artist and all that stuff?
Um, I don't know, man. Like, grew up in a rough house, and having a voice anywhere really was really difficult. Um, when I moved from primary school to high school, I moved to a school where there was predominantly white children. So there was a lot of racism as well for the first few years of my high school as well. So I wasn't able to speak much, and there was a lot of shit happening at home as well. And combined into that, I guess just writing rap was the voice. And
It
yeah,
was a
man, I
way of,
started.
it was a way of venting, eh?
Yeah, man. It was a way of venting, most definitely. Yeah,
And as well,
and
like, you don't get judged for it either because you're venting. You know what I mean?
and it's cool. Like I found it a really cool way to say really truthful, explicit things and get away with it because it flowed correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get you. Cause well, I think the first time I heard about your music, it would have been what's it called? Bro, Pain, right? It must have,
Yeah, okay.
it must
Yeah.
have been.
I don't
So
think. Yeah, I don't think we spoke much when I was doing music in high school. Like,
yeah,
um, yeah. Like I wasn't really doing it like that. I was just fucking around with it and just being around people that were just doing music. You know what I mean?
yeah. Who are you around? Let people know, bro. If
Mm,
if that's up to you, if you want to let people know.
yeah, man. Look, I started taking music seriously because shout out to Vivs too, man. But Mix Street put me on game. I remember I met him through MSN when I was in high school. Like,
Fuck.
nigga, yeah.
Fuck.
So, I was talking to this chick, and he knew her too.
Yeah.
And what she did was she was like, "Oh, I know a DJ. I'll put you into a DJ. He makes music." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool, yeah." So then she put us in a group chat anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we just hit it off, bro. Like it was crazy. He became like a big brother at the time. A mentor. Had my
Mhm.
back and shit. All the way through. And yeah, he was studying music real heavy at the time, so he was putting me up on game on how things worked because I was really quick and ignorant and shit. You know what I mean? And I just always wanted to just in and out, do my thing, and bam, go. But like he really educated me upon that there's levels and science to this shit. So shout out to him and Chunky because they gave me like my solid music, uh, basic knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that
Fuck
that's
no.
that's where I grew up from, and then yeah, man, like couldn't really be really public. I had a lot of things going behind the scenes, so
Yeah.
I couldn't really do music publicly because some of it would have legal interference.
Mhm.
Um, and all that sort of stuff. So therefore, I just kept really quiet with it and kind of was discouraged from making music. Like I'd always make music, but I wouldn't have the intention of putting it out anymore. Um, and being in that environment puts you in a space of really low confidence as well.
Yeah.
So it was always a debate of like, is this shit even worth it? Is it for me? Like,
Hundred
because the
percent.
way I saw it and the fantasy that I had was like, Nah, bro, if you're good at this, you're gonna get paid from this.
Yeah,
Do you
100%.
know what I mean? And that's how motherfuckers gas me the whole way. Like, I've been spitting since high school, so it's like, um, you know, I I worked my way to try and get a little bit nice with it from time to time.
Yeah,
So
I get you.
like, you you, you know you know what's potential and what's not, and it's like, nah, that's not the way it really works. Like, if
Yeah.
you're not, but yeah, man. So I dipped off, and then you know, went further into getting into trouble, I guess you could say.
Yep.
Taking time away, fixing relationships with my family, with myself, figuring out who I am really.
Yeah.
And then, State of Vibes came about.
100%. Fucking hell, that's mad. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Where else do we go from here? Alright, did you have any other interests besides music?
Yeah. I had a massive interest in business.
Yeah.
Um, Always loved making money, finding ways of making money, making businesses better. I always like looking at things and being like, yeah, but how can this run smoother?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, how can we get more with less effort, like optimization?
Yeah, I
So
get you.
yeah, that was one of my main interests, and then I mean, it's always been music and everything around it. So if it's not music, then it's drugs, and if it's not drugs, then it's pussy, and like that's what floats around my man's brain. Like,
Yeah, I get you. Oh my god. Alright, bro. Since we're from Sydney and we're going through
yeah,
this bullshit right now, what's the biggest lesson that you learnt from last year, from 2020?
bro, oh man, where do I begin with lessons, bro? I feel like every day is like a new slap with the revelation. Like,
Yeah,
um, I don't know. I'm speaking to myself more than anybody, but like, no matter how tight you think you are, tighten the fuck up. Like, this is not gonna get easier, and we
yeah,
need to learn how to move different.
yeah,
It's not about tough and hard and anything anymore. It's about who's gonna silently shut the fuck up and do what they need to do while doing what they need to do.
yeah. Because you had a big, pretty 2020, didn't you?
Hey?
You had a big 2020.
Yeah, man. 2020 was I don't know. It was beautifully horrendous, man. Like, jeez Louise.
That's a perfect statement for that.
Yeah,
Oh
beautifully
my god.
horrendous is my 2020.
But yeah, like, was there any big lessons from it
Yeah, man.
because of this like whole lockdown shit?
Yeah, bro. Like, my top lessons are when you put a genuine attempt into starting a business, like a genuine from scratch.
Yeah.
Um, you can't take shortcuts.
Uh
That's
huh.
that's one lesson I learned. Um, Another lesson I learned was like any human being needs to be confident enough within their ability to do anything, so then they don't have to rely on someone else.
100%.
Um, that's a big lesson that I learned through this lockdown because it obviously forced me to be away from a lot of people, and just do my own things and look at myself in the mirror. Um, and then you realize, man, like you realize, like, or when I realize how much of time I've wasted in life because I keep giving this little bitch ass heart of mine away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I get you. For me, like my biggest lesson was like have a backup plan. Like
amen, amen. Or don't
because
fail, or don't allow room to fail.
yeah, like you know me, bro. You know I'm always working on shit. So like this year, I was like, all right, I'm gonna start bringing back the Kraayziie for the culture, and I'm gonna start that new series.
Yeah.
Obviously, because of lockdown, I couldn't start this new series. So I went, you know what? Crazy discussions. Let's get it done. I've scheduled 3 weeks already full of people.
Bro, do you remember when I was like, "Oh, are you ever gonna do a podcast?"
Yeah. Because everyone wanted me to do interviews, but I feel like interviews are too forced. If you know what I mean. And I feel like podcasts is like, it's chill. It's like me, like, it's just a discussion. Like, my fans are going to get to know you like I know
Yeah.
you.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have
And, and as well, not only that, like, the knowledge that you have, if I don't know about it, the fans will learn about it as well. which that's a good thing, bro. Like I feel like that's one thing in the scene that doesn't get talked about as much. Like everyone talks about, oh, this knowledge that I know, but you never teach it. You never tell it.
Facts.
So it's like, how can you talk about all this knowledge, but you're not presenting it to the scene in a way? And I was talking to someone that's gonna be on here in the future, and he said that he's like, bro, because the fact that you're doing this is gonna help a lot of young artists.
Big facts.
And I'm like, that's the whole point of it. Like, I want to help the scene. Like, I don't just want to help like big artists. I want to help this whole like. Hopefully, something comes out of this, bro. And as well, like my fans get to learn about people that I actually fuck with. It's not like I'm getting paid to put someone on. It's me going, yo, you know what? I'm putting you on because I want to.
Wait, did you receive my transfer?
Fuck off. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like a lot of people that have been doing podcasts in Australia, they're all run by companies.
Yeah, facts.
And they can't really put on the people that they maybe want to put on. You know what I mean?
It's a sad word, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Alright, let's go back into the scene. What's the harshest, especially for you, because I know you've been in it for a minute, what's the harshest reality of the scene?
Talent gets you nowhere.
I get you. 100. Like I feel like people forget that hard work actually pays off.
You know, it's so unfortunate, bro. Like, the only way that I actually came to have these realizations was like that I'm in some of these positions where it's like, I get people that are really, really starting up music, coming to me, presenting their music, and like, it really is a matter of going, do you give this person an opportunity or not?
Yeah, 100%.
That was that's probably one of my harshest. Actually, no. You know what, bro? I'll be like really real. My personal opinion, and it sounds really aggressive, but it's not intended to be. Gives a fuck.
Huh? Say it again.
No one gives a fuck.
100%. I agree with that. Like, I'll say this: my harshest reality of the scene is, yes, people might be helping you, but it's probably for their own benefit. 9 times out of 10, it's for their own benefit. Let's be honest. Like,
facts, bro. Like, yeah,
I love this because every episode is gonna be a different answer for this question.
Yeah, big facts.
So, and my answer is gonna change because I'm doing it on different days. So, like,
you're basing upon your horoscope or something.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to get this thing done. But yeah, like I feel like a lot of people, and another reality is that you can't really blow up overnight.
Nah, that's BS, bro.
Like you can't.
Yes. You know, like, I don't care who says what, but like every music motherfucker has looked into this notion for a minute. And like, if anyone has half a brain, we've learned it. Like, there is no such thing
as like blowing up overnight. Nah, there's like no such thing.
Me and 13 were talking about it the other day. The fucking astronaut in the ocean guy.
Yeah, Astro Man.
Whatever his name is, I'm so sorry, I don't know it. But like, far out, man. This guy, who like, apparently he came out of nowhere. But like, go have a look. There's a back catalog of like a decade's worth of back catalog.
Do you know who's a perfect example of that? Is Russ. Russ took years to blow up. He dropped 11 albums in 6 years and still didn't blow up.
Like 2017? I swear it was like 2017 his blow up.
Yeah. But he's been in the scene since like 2011.
Yeah, what was it, like 11 projects or something?
Yeah, 11 projects in like 4 to 5 years.
That's crazy.
And it's just like, what he did was, instead of dropping projects, he started to drop singles, one by one, a week. Bro, what's crazy? He still does it now.
That's crazy.
He's big and he still does it now. Well, because now he's on he's independent again. So he can drop music whenever he wants now.
I think about this all the time, and it's like, is it worth it? to
is what
do
we're
it. Like let's say if you're a musician that can output to that degree, like if you're a musician that can do a song a week, 2 songs a week,
for
and you're
me.
happy to put them out.
For me, it's if you have the fan base.
Yeah, facts,
Like he's
facts.
got like he got a world fan base before an American fan base, which is a massive achievement because not many people can do that.
Yeah.
But as well, like once someone finds you, most likely they look through your catalog. Let's be honest, that's a 9 times out of 10. People do that.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And the
100%.
biggest problem that I've seen in the Oz scene is like one artist will have one song, it's a banger, and then you look through their catalog and there's no catalog.
Facts.
And that's where the benefit of dropping a track a week or a track a month works. It's like
Yeah.
not only can you can drop test music that you never thought you were gonna drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it works though. It works for certain artists. Like don't get me wrong. There's an artist in Australia that's copied Russ's fucking thing and it's working for him.
Yeah, it's JC, right?
JC from Perth. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
JC.
like fair play, bro. If you see something that works and it works to your favor, do it, bro.
You know what though? It's really cool that like he did it and it did work. You know what I mean? Like,
And now he's working with TikTok. Check that shit out.
that's huge, bro. Shout out. That's
I
massive.
think he's like partnered with TikTok or something. Like it's something like that. And apparently he's independent.
If you get bucks for that shit, you're winning.
100%, bro. 100%. But what were you gonna say?
I don't know.
Oh, good. Alright. This will be a good one for you. It's a 2-part question.
Okay.
I'll ask you the first part first, which is what's one thing that people in the music scene focus on too much?
Numbers.
Right. Everyone said this so far. It's the one. It's true though. You're not wrong.
No, you know what? 2 things. Okay, if numbers is your like your most frequent answer,
Yeah.
then I think like association, like who they hang out with. I feel like it after the numbers, then it becomes about clicks.
Yeah. And it's like you're not even happy hanging out with the people that you're hanging out with, but it's because of the image that you're getting with it.
I swear to God, man, motherfuckers out here trying to live the OC like.
You know me. You know I used to do that, and look at me now. I'm more happier now than I was before.
Yeah, man, you found found Espinosa.
I got very lucky where I got a reality check. Like I checked myself. Because I'm like, yo, I'm doing what I used to do in high school. I'm like, why am I doing this? It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like, people ask me, did you really fall in love with the underground? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I choose going to underground gigs than going to famous people's gigs.
Yeah.
Because it's a way of learning of new talent.
Big facts.
And it's mad. Like, I haven't seen Malik perform live. That's probably one of the saddest things that I've done.
Oh, you know what? That's fucking chat because that sucks, man.
Like, but when we get the chance, we'll do it.
Yeah, bro.
All right. The second part is what's one thing they don't focus on enough. I got an answer for this.
I did too, but I don't know the exact way to explain it. I'll try my best.
Want me to do mine?
Yes, sir.
Production.
Oh, you nailed it. That's it. That's the one. Yeah, big facts.
Like I feel like a lot of art. It's a 2-part answer. This some focus on it too much, and some don't focus on it enough. Do you get what I mean by that?
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Like some focus on it.
About this shit before, so like.
Like you've been in the scene for a minute. You hanged around certain producers and all that stuff that are talented enough to know like which way is which. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of artists that they rush a lot of their music.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be rushed. It should never be rushed. Like, your fans will understand patience.
Yeah.
This is my thing as well. This is a harsh reality. Be honest with your fans.
Yeah.
Don't lie to your fans. Because when
Yeah.
you start to lie to your fans, that's when they question you. And that's when they
Yeah.
stop relying on your music and they stop looking for your music.
Big fan.
And that's a big thing. Alright, yo, what about you? What about for you? The what was it? Oh yeah, what's one thing they don't focus on enough? Or you can add on to what I just said.
I think it varies upon the click, but like, you know, some groups focus too much on production. Some
Mm,
people focus on like where you need to be, like that whole networking aspect of it.
yeah.
Like some people will really be like, nah, bro, you're not gonna make it in this industry unless you're in a club or you're at a gig or you're at a thing. But it's like it really does need balance.
Yeah. 100%.
Everything needs balance. And that's the crazy thing. Like, you know, I feel like especially as musicians, we'll always gravitate towards what we're comfortable with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
So
hold on,
then
hold on, hold
when
on,
we
hold on.
do,
Perfect. What the hell is
yeah, we
happening?
see, it's like, now, fuck you, Malik, you're so boring. Fuck yeah, yeah, I'll show you my house. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Even boring, it's like, nah, fuck you, black dog, I say, you know, yeah, me too. Yeah, see ya. Well, while he's doing that, I'm gonna, okay? Yeah, all on record too. This guy's gonna upload the whole thing. Fuck, watch this guy. Go on then.
Holy crap. Alright, sorry. I'm back. I'll cut this part out.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
on the podcast version, probably.
I don't care. Do I? I don't know anymore. Yeah,
Oh
let's just
no, I'm
continue.
talking about just because then there's just air there. Unless you were talking.
I was talking. It was pretty funny.
Alright, cool. What did I ask? Oh yeah, the harshest, not the harshest reality, the one thing that they focus on too
Focus?
much.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like I feel like it's based upon the groups, but some people will focus on the music too much, and they have. But then it's like, okay, here's a great example.
Oh,
Um,
I got another answer as well. Another
yeah,
thing they don't focus on enough is doing music videos.
yeah, you know what? That's a harsh reality for me as well. Like I thought I could get it all without doing music videos, but that's BS. Like you got to do that shit.
Hmm. Like, I feel like you got to find fuck, what's it called?
You got to fight for your dreams.
Nah, you got to find like someone that you can work with.
Yeah, no, but what if you're like a stubborn cunt like me and you can't work with anyone?
Or as well, invest in your money. That's another thing. A lot of people don't invest. They
Yo,
sp-
man, I made the new Gucci.
they spend their money so much.
I made the new Chanel. Louis.
Alright, I have a perfect question after this.
Yeah, bro.
Who's gonna, in your eyes, because especially
Mm.
because you kind of watch the scene here and there,
Yeah,
like
man. Very, very roughly, bro.
who do you think's gonna have like a big jump this year? Like
A
from that
big-
you've, yeah, like that might be like next up that like
Oh,
you've seen.
oh, oh, thinking. YBT.
Hey,
YBT.
say it again. Say it
That's
louder.
YBT. I say it in my fucking chest. YBT is next up.
Fuck it off. He's a
Yeah.
sick guy. Shout out to YBT.
Shout
Where-
out to all.
Check
man.
out YBT's music, man. He's fucking on fire right now.
Yeah.
Young up and coming artist.
Really humble guy too, man. Excellent performer. Great MC.
100%.
Great
Anyone
heart.
else you got? Maybe you?
Oh, I'm on the way. I'm on the way. Yeah, I didn't want to be cocky or anything, so I didn't want to speak on myself.
Mm.
But yeah, fucking bro,
Alright.
don't worry.
Who should I?
I really want to do that thing and be like, let the word speak for itself for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be one of those cunts that talks about walking, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you. I
Yeah.
know. I got two. that I can think of. I've mentioned a few on the last episode, and now I can think of a few more. I got
Yeah.
one for me, like right now, that I've actually been listening to a lot is Z Pluto.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like his sound is gonna make something here. Like,
Yeah. Actually, I want to say something about Zipa. You know what? Like, I saw him perform at Bodega, I think.
yeah,
Bro, solid dude, man.
yeah, bro.
No problem,
He
man.
performed at my gig, so
Yeah.
like this isn't just me like plugging him because like
You know,
he's a
I
homie
get
and
it.
shit. Like I
I just
actually,
wish I saw more. I wish I saw more shit about him opposed to the commercialism. Like, I get the game,
yeah,
but like, I want to understand the dude.
yeah.
Because like, it's not Juice WRLD under the haircut. It's some Islander guy. I want to know what the story is.
Well, there you go, bro. He's gonna be on the podcast soon.
I'll get to hear the story. Yeah, man.
100%. Where like I was talking to him about it, he thinks it's a great opportunity for him. Another one is one of my honestly favorite artists right now, which is DeAndre. He's been one of my favorite artists for a minute.
Who?
DeAndre. He's from Campbelltown. He's from Seatown. Bro, he does like wrestling bars, but he's an old school hip hop head.
I like wrestling bars. I can fuck with wrestling bars.
It's
Wait, who's DeAndre?
bruh,
What's his
check him,
artist name?
check it. DeAndre, bro, that's his name. DXVNDRE.
Yeah, then we'll check him out, bro.
Check him out. Oh well, I have a playlist that I might send out to people. I made a next up.
Hurry out for SB.
I made a next up playlist. Another one that I reckon is a guy called Alj.
Ouch.
Yeah, Alj. ALJ.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
It's like ouch.
Nah. Alj, bro. He can sing, he can rap, he can produce, he can do everything, bro.
I like that, man.
Which to me, like that's a big thing, bro. Like it's diversity. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's a sick cunt, man. That's all I got for now. I'll add more on next episodes because I'm gonna have to keep artists as well. I can't just name every artist that I want to name. But yeah,
Holding out there.
yeah, I'm always looking. I'm always looking for new artists to react to. I'm always looking for new artists to, just everything, bro. All right.
Do you ever get tired of listening to new music? I know that sounds weird, but like, you get what I'm saying. I know you do.
For me, no, because I mix it with old music as well.
Okay.
Like during the day when I'm not doing reactions, I'm listening to like old school like albums.
Yeah, like that KingxMaliq Fear and the Rookwood Red.
Oh, that too. And I'm listening to unreleased stuff that like people haven't gotten a chance to listen to. So like I like listening to that. Or sometimes I just listen to beats. I look for beats just to listen to, just to chill out.
It's be sitting there punching them bars. He's like, yeah, I'll react to all you cunts, but you don't know I have the best bars. And he's sitting there with like a rhyme book this thick.
Nah, like
just wait till someone disses me. You want that smoke? Hold up, bam! Here comes the book.
Another thing that I listen to is actually like game soundtracks.
Yeah.
Like just like fucking like Mario, Donkey Kong, and all that shit. Like this, just this
fantastic.
What?
The FIFA 2021 soundtrack. Oof.
Why?
Bro, it has such a diverse range of production. It's like
that's what I like to listen to that type of stuff. Like I listen to movie soundtracks and stuff like that. Like just to explore, bro. Like just to chill out. Like I tell you this. I put my music on shuffle and let it play. Let it play. Whatever fuck it plays. Even if I don't get along with the artist, but I still like their music, I will still listen to it. I don't give a shit.
We need to get SB an iPod shuffle with all the artists that he hates but songs that he likes, and just give it to him.
Cause I have a playlist of that.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, cause
Get dangerous cunt.
Nah, but you know how it is, bro. Like you might not respect someone as a person, but you respect like their work. Like
yeah, I get you, but I'm petty. Like if I don't I don't like it, I don't like
But
it.
for me, man, if I like their music, it's been part of my life now. So it's like I can't
Mhm.
really cancel the
Interesting.
music
Well,
out.
you're a better man than I am, Mr. Espinosa.
Like,
Uh,
yo, like I don't like Ja Rule, but I love his old music.
no, I can't. His image has been way tarnished for me to redeem him ever. I can't do it, bro. Nah, 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 not Joe.
Come
No,
on, come on, bro. You gotta listen.
I'm getting like I'm getting the chills thinking about Ja Rule. Nah, fuck that.
Come on,
Nah,
man.
nah, nah. Uh,
As if you never go back to living it up. Come on
Fuck
now.
no. Nah, man. I know some shit about Ja Rule, man. No way. Nah, that's just fucked up. Nah,
Alright,
nah.
another
Big up,
this
yeah, shout out 50.
another
Fucking.
another decent questions. What's the hardest transition that you've made from like managing, like from making music to like managing and shit, like doing all that stuff, like production and shit like that?
What, the shift between them? Like,
Yeah, like the transition that like you had to learn.
oh man, look, I'll be real. It never ends. 90% of what you get is BS, and you have to really be sharp and filter through it. And you know, we're all humans, so we don't get it right the first time.
Hmm.
Um, so like my transition was pretty smooth because I had, 13 here working the decks for most of it as well. So like a lot of the production work on the X Tape series and what's to come after that. Um, you know, delegating was amazing, and 13 put a lot of time into this shit. So that saved my ass, you could say, as an owner operator. Like if we talk about it from a business point of view,
Hmm.
like that saves my ass because anyone that does producing at a retarded level knows that like you can lose hours to days to weeks to months on projects, and like bruh, like we need to find that balance between creating product and still being passionate about what we do.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that was my hardest transition, just managing through all those things. But at the end of the day, like the challenge is just being accountable. If I know I have X amount of things to do and they're not done within X amount of time, I've said no to them for, let's say, a day. I've put them off or whatever. I know by the end of the week I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So how much do I care about that? And then that determines the rest of the week.
Yeah. Fucking oath. I like
So
that.
you go all the way to the end and come back. So you have to have really good foresight, I guess.
Yeah. My hardest transition probably from getting like into the scene, like getting into like the Oz scene specifically,
Yeah.
is probably learn like how much history the Oz scene actually has.
But it's not documented at all. And we were fucking 13 were talking about this the other day as well. And
I have a friend
bro,
of mine that has
it's so
footy
poorly
old
documented.
school footage of like like stuff that she wants to put into a documentary, and I'm shocked she hasn't. Like it's old school stuff that
Interesting.
like it's like the searches days and all that stuff. And like I would love to see that put into like a documentary.
Researchers.
Yeah, like I would love to see like
Nah.
us like the old school Sydney
Hey, you know
scene.
what? Like them MCs like Enter and then they deserve documentaries, bro.
Huh?
They're like all the like the OG lab rap MCs, like they deserve documentaries, bro.
100%, bro. It would be cool. It would honestly be mad. Because I feel like a lot of people don't know that Australia's history, like hip hop, is pretty deep, in my opinion. Like it's pretty deep. It's been going on for longer than a few years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's been going on for more than 10 years. Where people think,
Yeah, fuck, are you serious? No, man, way more than 10 years.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though. Like people think that it only started when Cursor got into the scene. Like it's been going on for way longer than Cursor's career.
I used to when I was working at, oh fuck, I can't say. Um anyway, I was working somewhere once, and one of the blokes there used to tell me about his like his parties back in the 80s and that, right?
Yeah,
And it wasn't like us in the 90s and up where like, they get ready, they go into the city, go to the clubs and or
yeah,
out to the local. But they used to like pack their fucking cars up, 3, 4 mates, and head out to the bush.
Yeah,
you know, and getting on there. And
that's
like,
sick.
you know what I mean, bro? Like,
That sounds
and
mad.
bro, and then that's like a whole. Think about a mini music festival. So like 2-3 days of just new people, turn ups, doof doof. You know, obviously there's the all the fun.
Yeah,
And yeah, man, but like that's the culture,
yeah,
and like that, and that's like, what about those motherfuckers that were off their heads rapping there?
yeah, hundred
No one
percent.
documented that.
Yeah,
Like, no one
it's
documented
so
that. That's
interesting.
massive. Like, Aussie culture is contagious, bro.
100%. Like I can't wait for that. It should be documented, but I bet no one will ever document it. It should be. It should be talked about though. Like I want
Yeah,
to. That's main reason I'm gonna get a lot of people that I never thought I would be able to get onto this because
you,
I want to
you know
learn
what?
more.
I reckon if you get the right interviews on your segments,
Mm,
you probably could chop together something really cool.
mm.
Big facts.
Cause like I really want to work. I want to learn more. Like a
Of
lot of people
course.
go to me, bro. Like you don't know much. I'm like, well, tell me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
tell me. Like, I want to learn more about the Oz culture. I want to learn more about the hip hop culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there should be like festivals and stuff where we not only celebrate the artists, but we celebrate all of hip hop's culture. Like the graphers, the fucking dancers, and all that shit.
I don't even want to go outside and go to the fucking server to get snacks, bro. And this cunt's talking about a festival right now.
Hey,
Like,
cuz, that's in the goal. You already know that my goal is to do a festival, and it's gonna
I know,
happen.
I know, I
I,
know.
I
You
just put
got it,
that
bro.
shit in
You believe it, you
existence.
got that.
I just put that shit into existence. Yo, wait.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
Have a day for like each generation of like Oz artists.
That'd be sick.
Like, yo,
That'd
you want 90s? Here's the 90s like to 2000s Oz generation.
that'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah, bro. Actually, I got another one for you. What's the deepest lyric that you think you've written? Because I know you like to go deep into like lately you've been going deep into like your emotions and shit when it comes to your raps.
Yeah. Um, I don't know, man.
Come on, bro.
Uh,
You can think about it. I believe in you.
it's not a very complicated one, but X Tape 2,
Yeah.
track called, oh, you know what? Like, we'll see if you can find it. But the lyric is, if I spell out your name with my blood, would you then call that shit love? I understand what you mean when you say there's one way when you be fucking with drugs.
Shit.
It keeps going, but like that's the gist of it. But that was probably simply the deepest type of shit I wrote.
Hmm.
But
Is
yeah,
there is there a story behind it?
yeah, man, it's like I wrote it so generically because
Hmm.
it's applicable to every part of whatever the fuck I've encountered as a journey. I mean, you know, it's really twisted the way that I try and understand it, but I'll do my best.
You're good.
Um, I wrote it about my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it. It represents the way that I handled relationships and the way that I trusted people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how much can you give till it's enough?
Yeah.
When it is enough, when do you go, fuck, all right, you know what? Maybe it's not intended to be this way. And you need to walk away.
I know that feeling very
You know
well.
what you know what I mean?
I know
And,
that feeling very well. I learned
like,
that shit.
I don't know, it comes very naturally, and I feel like things that come really naturally without any forcing, like it's meant to be. And that's what it is, man, without going into it like,
Mm. Fucking oath. I like that. I like that answer. Whoa! What the hell just happened?
yo,
Yeah, try to join
oh,
again. What the fuck? Like the video? Your video cut off. Sorry for the the difficulties.
Because
All right.
right there.
So just in case for the listeners on the podcast, what happened was his video cut out for some reason.
My bad. My apologies.
You're good,
Nah,
bro.
it's been crazy since lockdown. NBN's been getting screwed, man.
Mm. All right. Actually, like this is something different to what we've been talking about, but this is something that I haven't asked. So this is a cool question to ask. What's an underrated matchup
Okay.
that you would like to see of discographies? Of like
Repeat that. I'm so sorry.
what's an underrated matchup that you would like to see of music discographies?
Give me an example.
Like
Like,
versus like the discography of like a Jay-Z, like an underrated thing. So like a discography of like Jay-Z versus Andre 3000 or something like that, where their discographies battle each other to see who wins. Especially for you, because
wow.
you know your music as well. Like yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like it would be interesting to like.
I'd like to see, and this is purely on the perspective of complexity.
Yeah.
Um, J. Cole versus Vinnie Paz.
Ooh. Why?
Because they're two beyond solid MCs that have knowledge beyond comprehension, and it's like I want to see like Vinnie Paz is very explicit,
Mm-hmm.
and Cole is very sensible. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if they went head to head, I'd really love to see what would come from it. Not head to head in terms of versing each other, but in terms of what type of content they make, what
Yeah.
type of songs they make, what they could write, like what the potential is. Because
100%.
yeah, I mean that'd be a crazy matchup in my opinion.
And know that you learn a lot between both artists. Like,
Yeah,
cause
I've learned so much.
their discographies are so solid between both of them alone.
I swear, I got a better understanding of the world from Vinnie Paz than I did high school. Facts.
That's fucking mad. That's sick. See, like this is the first time I've asked that question. So for
That's
me,
cool.
discographies, I would love to see MF Doom against Method Man. Like their
Holy
their discographies, like actually wait, replace Method Man with Ghostface Killer.
Okay.
Because I like Ghostface. Like Ghostface is my favorite member of Wu-Tang. I just feel like he's cold. I love the way that he raps. And I feel like their discographies both combined will be sick. Like to pick a track to go against each other.
I haven't heard MF Doom in a fat minute earlier.
Like I know MF Doom's obviously like yeah, I know MF Doom's obviously passed away, but I'm talking about the.
I don't know. I'm not like
Yo,
big on like who's alive and
but that's why I said the discography, like their music of like their albums and stuff, would be sick. Yeah. What's another thing that I can ask you? I've gone through a lot that I haven't gone through yet, so it's cool. Do you have like a routine or anything like for your studio and shit? Like when you like get ready to record and shit? Like is there anything that you do?
What, prior to recording?
Yeah.
I mean, as of recently, because of just life, we trying to do better things. Like we're trying to take it more seriously and do things like warm our vocals up, and really give it a professional attempt.
Mm-hmm.
But up until now, it's really been before, during, and after recording. It's just kinds.
Just kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, bro, I have to hype myself up with music before I record. I normally
Sometimes we put on some music and
I always like vibe out.
Distracting though, like.
Oh yeah, well that's for like obviously like you're recording like music.
Yeah, no, but even no, it's weird. Like even like when we're listening to music before we get into a cook up or anything, I go into the cook up even more lost than I did.
Oh
That's
god,
facts.
that's great. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I actually got something,
Uh,
and this is a question that I haven't even written down. Like I just thought of it. What would your description of your archives be?
rubbish.
Nah, come on, man. Nah, don't do that.
Um, my description of my archive.
Yeah, like of your like music that you like from since you started to like now that you haven't dropped. Besides the stuff that you're working in, like you're gonna drop in the future.
Mm, apart from half of it being horrible, the other half probably like unfortunately undiscovered.
Hmm. That's fucking up. That's a sick answer.
Um,
um, who would be an artist that you'd want to collab with? Like from either Sydney or whatever, like from anywhere.
fuck. I was thinking about this the other day, and I had the list in my head of like which artists I'd like to collab with. You know what? If I had the opportunity to, like, if we had a link, I'd drop money and collab with YNW.
Okay.
Just cause,
What's just cause? What's just cause?
just cause, like, YNW comes about just some energy, just some fun energy.
Hmm.
It'd be fun to just have fun making a record with YNW. I feel like there'd be a lot of fun.
Fucking oath. I like that.
Like, he seems like a dude who likes to experiment with his music.
Who would my dream collab for you?
He's gonna pick like some rap, like some heavy rap.
Nah, probably not. I don't know, cause I like you when you rap, and I like you when you do your melodic shit. So it's like,
Come on, man.
you know what I mean. So like for me, it's like maybe I have to pick both.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you know what? On your rock shit that you've been testing out lately, I would love to hear Pluto on it. That would
Ooh,
be
okay.
that would be sick. That would be.
You have to unblock me first.
Oh my god.
But after that, I'm a man with a big heart. I don't hold grudges like that.
Yeah.
So what if he ever pops up again or we ever meet? That's it.
Another person would be. He's not really big, but I reckon he'll suit. Like it would be mad energy. Is a guy called Mercaset,
Oh, I know of Marcus.
and I reckon used to could do like something mad together as like.
I can listen to his catalog. Like, I know his name. I've seen him around. I think maybe IG.
And
But
he, and as well, he used to be part of JYB.
who?
JYB, Graveyard Boys.
Oh shit! Yeah, yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
okay.
little he's the little guy that always gets the crowd hype and shit. Always jumps into mosh pits and shit.
The bold guy.
No, not bold. He's just short. Oh, he might have been bold at that time, maybe.
Graveyard Boys. Graveyard Boys. Why did they ring a bell?
You did a gig with him. But like back in the day, you invited me to it.
Hey,
You and
you need me?
fuck. You and Kid Ape did a gig with him. I think.
Kid
Am I
Ape.
right?
Kid Ape.
You know what I'm talking about.
Kid Ape.
Shut up. What's his name?
Shut up.
Why are you laughing, bro? Oh my god.
Kid Ape.
Am I right? Oh, I'm off.
Cape, shout out Cape.
Cabe, that's right. That's his fucking name. You know that gig that you did where
In my thing now to Kid Ape.
you know that gig that you did where all the speakers were at?
Oh, you have to block.
That's what it's called. It was at that, I think.
But, yeah, that's it. Yeah, fuck. The red phone.
Yeah.
Hustle and Flow, that's the one.
Hustle and Flow, that's what it's called. Because I was meant to go to that.
That was
Ooh,
fun.
I got another one.
That was the bad one.
Even
That was the Jesus, the Black Jesus.
even though you don't show your discography nowadays, like a lot of the stuff has been taken off like shit.
Yeah.
Like what do you think your journey of like your discography is? Because I know like it's a mad journey of like Like I feel like each like album that I've heard or mixtape, it's like its own. It holds its own story and journey of like where you were within those years.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, music definitely works like the time capsule.
Yeah,
Um, you know, eh, I don't know like how to explain it, but it, every situation or every life situation that I've been has been well documented in my music, and
yeah,
like you've said this as well, and it's like you really have to listen, and
yeah,
you
hundred
know,
percent.
like um, it's unfortunate, but it's like a lot of the things that concern majority of my life, are real off taboo nature. Therefore, it's not easy to discuss them out in public. I don't give a fuck though. Like, I just speak
Yeah,
and I just like what's on my mind. But like most of it's buried into music, and yeah, man, like I had a lot of exposure to the whole music side of things, so it was always a lot of sex and music and drugs and you know
tell
and
him,
all that
tell
sort of
him,
shit.
tell him, tell him the names of your just like your the ones that I know, like from the first time. I think the first one I heard of yours was oh my, was it the Tinder?
Yeah, I remember I dropped a tape on about Tinder. Yeah, yeah, I remember that shit.
Yo, that was
Um,
sick. Tell him a little story. What's the story about?
so I was in the studio, um,
Oh my god,
and like it had just been a phase where I've gone out of being single for a really really long time, and I was sitting back and thinking about what to cook up, and I was like, fuck, like I've seen some really fucked up shit because like I went hard on Tinder,
mm.
um, when I was single and like yeah, man, so um. Yeah, so I pretty much just went in and just had a vent about all the shit, and I went through on Tinder and like, yeah, man,
Oh my god, that was so good.
being catfished. There's a track on that Tinder tape called First Date. That was sick.
Bro, the
Um,
whole thing is sick.
it's a full story, eh? Like it was a full story, and it's really cool because it's like truthful,
uh,
like. Yeah, but the thing is, in my personal opinion, um, it's not something you'd listen to every day. Like I did it to see if I could execute the ability to write my stories in a comedic fashion.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's really what my mission was because that was around the time where I really started like producing on my own, learning about post production and actually using a studio.
yeah,
Not like doing it the home ways, but actually learning how to apply it professionally and try and, make it sound half decent and whatnot. But
hundred
yeah,
percent.
Tinder One was a story about that. And then after that, I think I started going into the Rookwood Road series, eh?
Yeah, it was
Um,
some good road.
yeah, so I've been vacant from music for like 2 years, I think,
Yeah,
um, from that tape, and then I hit it with Rookwood Road. And Rookwood Road was really dark. It's kind of a beginning to like a really fucking bad negative spiral. Like, I'd come out of a whole bunch of being sick and you know doing really fucked up shit with my life, and
yeah.
you know, um, let the music speak for itself. But
She had some mad features on Rook and Road as well.
yeah, shout out to SW Katia.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you had some good features. Cause what? Who did you have on the first one? Was it just
it
you?
was it was me and FW on Rookwood Road 1. On Rookwood Road 2, it was I ran the whole thing.
Rook
And
and
then
Road
Rookwood
3
Road
was
3
with
was
Jerry,
with
right?
Joey S. Yeah, shout out Joey S.
Shout out to the gang.
What a guy! What a guy! You know what, man? He's a fucking hero, man. Like I love that guy. Eh?
Bro, he
Like I
smashed.
think
He
he's
smashed that feature.
yeah. I'm definitely holding on to that record. Like, we're definitely gonna rework that and put that back out because that's just a good piece of music that just even if I don't give a fuck if no one listens to it, you know,
I'm
as
gonna
long as
fucking listen to it. Drop that shit.
yeah,
I
that
want
shit
that shit
vibes,
again.
man. Yeah, that shit
Progressive.
yeah.
And then you came in with like a whole different flow. I remember my reaction to that. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, I've never heard him rap this flow before.
Yeah, man. I was experimenting a lot back then. It was awesome, man. It was a really cool time.
Yeah, I know. I have all the drafts for
Yeah, I know.
those tracks.
Fucking horrible.
They're amazing. What do you mean? They're better than the production, the produced, the final product.
You always say that about the drops. Say you always say that. He always says that about the drops. He's
Cause
like
it's natural.
facts, facts, facts.
Cause
It's not perfect.
it's not like no like what it is. It's understanding. Like I like listening to drafts because I like to see where you go from there to the
To the
final
final.
product.
Yeah,
Like there's
yeah,
some with you. I'll be honest. Like, and I've said this to you, and you know this. Some of them you over auto tuned or you over adjusted like audio and stuff. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
That's such a weird time, man. Because like, um, I was told to never sing. Like,
Mm.
you know, I was told don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Don't do it. So I was like, all right, cool. But like, you know, I pull it off.
But there was like on X tape, there's some of them that you just sing. Like
Yeah,
you don't put anything on it, and it sounds,
yeah,
bro. You've sang on here, on this on this podcast,
yeah,
and like for
yeah.
me, like I like hearing you sing like naturally, because it's
Yeah,
like you put this accent or something onto your vocal that sounds sick.
that team's been trying to figure it out and like
But
try and
it's different, bro. Like that's the point. Like you're
Indian.
experimenting with your sound.
That's what it is. It's Indian.
It's
That's what it is. Indian. I can't help it. Like, hey, if I could run away from it, fuck, I would. But like, that's what God gave me, and like, that's what I got. So hey,
like
you know.
your progression. How ironic for me to say
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Oh,
Progression. But yeah, like
yeah.
it's cool to see like where
Yeah, that's
you've
what it is.
developed in like your music. Like especially as me, like I've heard you from like your rapping rap to
When I used to rap in the pocket pistols.
like your comedic flow, and then to that, it's like it's pretty cool to see.
So just giving important word to my sponsors out here.
You're good. Shout out to the sponsors.
Shout out to the sponsors.
There's no sponsors yet, but there probably will be soon. Who knows?
Shout out to the potential
Put
prospecting.
it into existence.
Yeah.
Park said it for me.
Hey, you know what, bro? Actually, no, I'll DM this idea to you.
Mm.
I reckon it'll definitely help. It'll definitely help your podcast. It'll be awesome, man.
Mm. What?
Get some funding. Scale it up.
Oh, 100%. Man,
Just
we're just getting started, bro, you know?
like this.
I just want it to be natural and like
I
raw.
see big things from you, bro.
Huh?
I see big things from you, man. For real.
Bro,
Like,
I'm just having fun. That's what people don't get, bro. I just have fun with this stuff, man.
I want to fucking have fun. I'm walking around angry all the time. Shit.
Like, I'm living my life to where I want to go. Like, I feel like people don't get that. A lot of people say, like, oh, you don't have control of your life. I have all the control over my life. Besides, obviously, besides, like, my living arrangement, obviously, because I live with my parents. But, like,
That's life, bro. That's all part of life. Like,
yeah. Like, bro, I can't wait for the first episode to drop. The first episode, I'm dropping the teaser today. Well, this is when we're recording this, so this would be 2 weeks before this drops.
okay, yeah.
It would already be out. I was like, bro, this is gonna be unfiltered, like no editing, anything like that. And then my mum comes bursting into my room and goes, why did you pick this up? Ah, like fool goes off at me, and it's like, bro, it's gonna be so cool when I drop that teaser. You know what I mean?
What'd you say?
Is it
13,
like 80?
13 cuz just get in the video, bro.
No, I'll nail the room. I'll be back in a sec, but
I was asking. Never mind.
But you get what I mean?
Do you feel like KFC? Oh,
it smells like KFC.
I'm hungry now.
Look what you've done. You put it into existence. But yeah, bro, like what you do after Rooker Roads, the Rooker Road series?
Rookwood Road 1, 2, and 3, and then it was Fear.
Yeah.
Fear. That was an awesome project. Like, not even like.
I
you
think
know,
Fear's my favorite project of yours.
Yeah,
Wait, or is it Rooker Road? Oh, it's one of the two.
probably Fear.
Is Fear like all the like new stuff? Like oh my god.
Nah, that's X-Tape.
No, not that. Like, but it's the one that all that unreleased shit that you sent me first, eh?
Fear.
Yeah,
Fear.
like the ones that I've used in like my videos and my YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah, Fear.
Yeah, it was Fear.
Yeah.
I remember Fear was like one of my favorite project of yours. Because the whole thing as a whole is sick.
It was a good package, eh? I enjoyed making that project. I wish I had the confidence to push it further given the circumstances, but you know, that's how we learn as artists, I guess.
Because that's with Mood Swing and all that stuff, eh?
Nah, Mood Swing was before, bro.
What was Mood Swing? Was it an album or not?
Just a single.
Yeah. And then like that's where you led into like, yeah, Habitual Relapse and all that. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, Balance Out the Low and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. I love, that was a really cool time doing music. It was really interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Like
And I think the other one I was talking about was Rookwood Road 3. It must be.
Rookwood Road 3 slaps.
Yeah. Because I remember looking at the... it's either 3 or 2, because I remember it's probably both as well. Because I remember I didn't react to Rookwood Road 1. I reacted to Rookwood Road 2 and 3.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember 2 and 3. Yeah, I don't remember 1. But that's okay.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's all good, man. And I just remember, like, when the first time I heard Mood Swings, like, when you started to, like, change your sound a bit more different. Like, it was more, like, melodic.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, ooh, like, and that's when you sent me all the drafts, and you're like, wait.
Like, see, like, and this is weird, but I was never, like, in my honest opinion, like, I was never really a rapper.
Like, I think the only time I've ever heard you rap is on Propane.
There'll be some more times you'll hear it.
But it's like that's the main one that I remember. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, the Propes. Yeah, fuck.
Propane in my brain's like, hey.
How weird. Fuck. People still talk about that shit.
Bro, it bangs, bro. I don't care what you say. That shit hits.
No, that's incredible.
I could go back and listen to that original audio, and I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, this guy's... I'm like, this guy's spazzed.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Even the famous Weon, that nothing ever happened to it. You had no verse. It was just a draft. I love that. I love that thing, bro. That's my one of my favorite things of yours. Just cause like the for me it's the beat. The beat is disgusting. Ding, 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 ding. It's like I'm waiting. It's like it's loading into something. And I'm on the road. I'm on the road.
Yeah.
I love that thing, bro.
Yeah, I remember.
And even when you go to when it does the wheel and then it goes down, it starts to lower.
Yeah.
And it's like an echo of you just saying wheel. I was like, bro, I remember that thing. Like, I still use that for intros and stuff. So that shows how much
gangster. You know what's really fucking cool? Like, that was like one of the first sets of beats that I made ever. Like, cause when I was learning how to do this shit myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the first set, and I can't believe that's something you like, bro. That's crazy in my eyes.
For me, it's the build up. It's just the sound. It's very futuristic,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like its own thing. Like I feel like it holds weight as its own thing.
Yeah.
Like, I remember,
Yeah.
I remember posting like videos with that as an intro or an outro, and people messaging me going, "What the fuck is this? Like, is this out?" And I'm like, "No, it's just a draft."
Hello, TK.
Like,
Hello, TK.
it's like it's just a draft. And they're like, "Oi, who's the artist that made it?" And I'm like, "If you know, you know." Like, you know,
Underground shit.
it's fucking sick. I love it,
13 sitting over here. He just looked it up.
bro. It is cold. It is cold. I love that beat. That's one of my favorite beats. Oh, propane. Oh yeah, cuz.
Bro, I can look it up because you were talking about it.
Bro.
Good day.
Yeah, propane's cold, man.
Bro, it's weird, man. You know. Yeah.
My brain's like, hey.
My brain's like,
That's my favorite part. My brain's like, hey.
not cocaine, and my brain's like, yeah. I remember, when I put that shit out.
What's the one thing that you learned from that track?
Me?
Yeah, you say a line and you say I learned something. You probably don't remember. That's where you go to the line and you're like, fuck it, we're gonna die anyway.
The only thing promised in life.
The only thing promised is life is death. Fuck it, we're gonna die anyway. Yes, God.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I love that shit. I don't even care, bro. Like that's one of my favorite things. I was like, what the fuck? Like I even got you to do that for. Oh, we need to tell a story about the one take. Okay. Was it your Crazy Asylum or Crazy for the Culture where the beat stopped? Oh, it was the Crazy for the Culture. Okay. For people that don't know, there's a part in the Crazy for the Culture where the beat stops. And a lot of people thought this was planned. As Malik can tell you this story, that was not fucking planned at all.
Bro, we were doing a song and then like halfway through that motherfucker shut off.
But it sounds so good! Cause you should do that. Cause you should do that on the song. You should have that fixed on the song now, that when you perform that, it cuts off on that exact point.
You know what's really fun? Oh, I can. Yeah, mixtape songs can be redone into album songs, right? Yeah, mixtape songs can be redone into album songs, right?
Yeah, of course. Cause that song, when you do that, do you know how good that sounds when you cut it?
Which one was it?
It was oh my god. Incredible. Remember? It was incredible. It
was a cup out my lungs, like almost amazing shit. Yeah.
And I forget where it stops though. I don't remember.
I have no idea. I'm gonna go back and watch it.
It stops on like a certain part, and it was just like it stopped perfectly. It's like you were preaching on that part, and I remember like, and that's where you go. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it a cappella.
Fuck it, yeah. Fuck it, I can do it a cappella, yeah.
Because what's funny is because everyone thinks that it was on purpose, right? No. And I tell people just look at what's your homie's face? Your homie's name? Oh my god, what's his name? Fuck. He was in the. Huh?
Who? Junior.
Yeah, Junior's face is just like he's trying to spam the space button. He's like. And then he goes, at the end of it, he's just like, fuck it. He throws it away. He's just like, fuck this. It's not going to work.
I gotta find that little clip of Junior going.
Junior's trying to press the space.
Find that shit.
If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, this is like Crazy for the Culture. Check my series out. It's hilarious. He's just.
You know what I have to do? I gotta make a note to do this. I gotta find it, get the snippet, and then post it on my IG. That's what I'm gonna do.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah,
Though.
and I'll just leave it up there. I'll leave it up there on a reel or something. So then if you're watching this and you want to see what the fuck it is, then I'll leave it on my reel.
Oh, by the way, let them know what your socials, your artist name. Let them know.
So once again, I'm KingxMaliq on Spotify, KingxMaliq. You can find me on Instagram as XKingxMaliq. Twitter, the same thing. Snapchat, KingxMaliq. All the shit. added up.
Everything. Check
And
his
then-
YouTube. Check everything.
Oh yeah. Check the YouTube. Yeah, check the YouTube. Keep your eyes on the YouTube.
Hmm.
Keep your eyes on the YouTube. Yeah.
But yeah,
It's
bro.
a good space, but the YouTube's gonna be good real estate soon.
But yeah, my bro, I think this is where we're gonna end it. I feel like that's a perfect place to end that shit.
Yeah, done.
Bro,
Done.
appreciate you for jumping on.
Nah, done, bro. It's been a blessing. Thanks for having
We're
me.
probably gonna have some of the State of Art boys on. Who knows? Maybe. that's-
Ooh, yeah.
Ma-
Shut up.
Maybe some. It's up to me though. I reckon maybe let a few of them come on later, but I might get 13 on pretty early just to get to know his music knowledge and stuff like that.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm
Hold
a,
on, you didn't sign the papers yet. You can't. speak.
I don't know nothing.
there hasn't been a deposit yet.
Oh shit. Yeah. No. Just fucking what's it called? Pay ID.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate you, my bro. Appreciate you for coming on.
Nah, it's been, my man. Thanks for having me, bro.
I hope you enjoyed being on this.
Bro, this was a vibe, man. You know, it's good to actually take the time out, and actually talk to you.
If you want to see a part 2, comment down below, like it, share it.
And bro, we'll be here for days, man.
Bro, I know, bro.
I don't wanna know.
I think and as well, I'm gonna have to say this again. If you want, last episode I did an episode with Ramirez. If you really want to see him be the host, like me and him will interview people together. Let us know, and we'll actually do it because he knows a lot about the scene as well. So it's cool to have like more than just me.
That'd be awesome, bro.
Because like I actually asked, and people are actually thinking about it. So that'll be cool to like. He's more of a knowledgeable person when it comes to like business shit. So like he would have had an interesting conversation with you.
Yeah, hey.
Because he does more managing and stuff like that. So he knows the business side of the scene.
Yeah.
Like,
awesome.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, thank you for jumping on.
No,
Bro,
thank you for having me, man.
For the YouTube videos, give this a thumbs up. Comment if you want to see more. Subscribe. And remember, keep living a crazy life and stay blessed. Peace. Laters. Go. Do it. You know what the exit is? Oh, where did you go? Alright, fuck it. I'll end it. Ah, whoop. Peace.